Welcome back to another episode of Benji Accents. Come along and sit with me as we go on this journey, talking about life and entertainment. We have the remedy to build your energy. Enough laughter will bring the synergy. Stay tuned, it's Benji with Benji Accents. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Oh yeah.
Touching on me, all my diamonds custom, so they clutching and they touching on me. Ooh.
Hey, what's up everyone? It's your boy Benji Accents, and I'm back with another video. And in today's video, I will be eating these crabs. Y'all see these crabs? Y'all see how they smoking? Yeah. So this one will be eating today. And of course, I got my good old melted butter that I'm gonna be dipping my crabs in, along with some wine and some hot sauce. So that is what I'm about to get into right now. You all, this video is not going to be very long at all. What I want to basically do is I want to recap my trip to South Africa. I'm so hungry, y'all. It's good. So far this year, you all, I have traveled to 5 countries. I traveled to, where did I go? I went to Japan, and then I went to Egypt, and then I went to Canada, and then Peru, and then South Africa. And I enjoyed all the trips, but I will say that South Africa was definitely my favorite trip so far this year. It definitely was. Hands down. I was so shocked because it was so developed. Johannesburg, I'm dropping crab legs, y'all. Johannesburg reminded me so much of Atlanta. You know, they had car dealerships and, you know, expensive cars. The area that I stayed in, it was called Sandton. And Sandton is one of the, I think it is the best neighborhood in Johannesburg. And they say that Sandton has 15,000 millionaires within a square mile. So it's not very big and it's like very affluent. So that's where my hotel was in South Africa. I probably was the poorest one there. I'm sure I was. But anyway, what I loved about South Africa, or Johannesburg specifically, is that I was the majority and not the minority. And I had never experienced that in my life up until going to Johannesburg. Here in the United States, I've always been the minority. It was the best feeling in the world. My tour guide, I'm gonna include some clips in this video, but my tour guide, one of my tour guides, he drove me past Nelson Mandela's mansion in an area called Houghton. And that was the first time that I had seen Black people in an affluent area jogging, walking their dogs in the morning, and just living their life without being worried about if somebody was going to think that they were a suspect or trying to break into someone's home or anything like that. And that was just like so refreshing and freeing to me to see that and to experience that. Now, when I was in South Africa, I visited both of Nelson Mandela's homes. I visited his home in Houghton, which was a mansion that he moved in after he was released from prison. But I also visited the modest home that he lived in Soweto at the time when he was arrested. I got to see how he started, his humble beginnings, and then it was good to also see him living well at the end of his life in an affluent neighborhood. While in South Africa, I did so many things. As you all saw in a previous video, I got on a hot air balloon. So if you all haven't seen my hot air balloon experience in Johannesburg, be sure to check that video out. One thing that I wanted to add, when you all saw me go on the hot air balloon, the location was very special because that was the cradle of mankind. And so that area where you saw me getting on the hot air balloon, that's where they found the oldest humanoid cadaver in the world. That is where life started. That is where we all come from. And so it was very special when I went on that hot air balloon because that was the cradle of mankind. All that land that you saw, driving up there and everything, that is where they found the oldest human-like. So it wasn't really a human, but it was, a humanoid figure. That's something. That's where life started, right there where I did the hot air balloon. I also went on a safari, and I'm gonna include the clip of me going on a safari. I got to see elephants and giraffes and rhinoceros and even lions. Would I live in South Africa? It has its goods and its bads, just like any place here in the United States. I think that I could definitely live in South Africa since it's so developed. Does it present the same opportunities that Los Angeles has to offer? No. But I wouldn't feel like I was lacking anything because it is so developed. One thing that I love the most about Johannesburg is that my money went so far. For example, I didn't stay in a oh my God hotel, but for South Africa, it was okay. It was just the Radisson. But again, it was in Sandton, so it was a really nice area. And it was a really nice bar downstairs. So I would go downstairs to the lobby and I would order appetizers and drinks. And I kid you not, there you can get cocktails that will cost you $15 or $20 here in the United States. You can get it in South Africa. I'm talking about in a nice bar or hotel for $5 American dollars. That's how affordable it is. So I ended up spending more money than I wanted to because I was living so good and everything was so affordable that I would just be oh, the hell with it, bring me some more, you know what I'm saying? So I ended up spending a lot of money when I was there just because the service was so good and the quality of what you get for the price was so good. So I was just living it up while I was there. The thing about South Africa is, yeah, I saw a lot of poverty. I also saw a lot of prosperity. I saw a lot of people doing well, Black people living good. I even visited one of the townships. And a township is what we would call here in the United States a ghetto. And I visited one of the most famous townships, which is called Soweto. And Soweto is where Nelson Mandela is from. And Soweto, it has its goods and its bads. Now, it has some parts where there's some nice homes. It has some parts where people are really living out of like makeshift homes. And I'm going to include all of that inside of this video. So say you are in a rich area in South Africa, yeah, you're in danger of getting robbed or mugged just like any other place, you know, here in the United States. But when you go to the townships, for example, Soweto, they have this term that they use. I'm going to insert the term. I can't think of it off the top of my head. I think it's called Ubuntu or something like that. Again, I'll put the word in the video. But the word basically means community. And if you go to Soweto, nobody is robbing each other in Soweto. For example, I feel like here in the United States, when you live in the ghetto or the hood, it's like every man for themselves. And you have to worry about if your next door neighbor gonna rob you, break into your house, that sort of thing. But even though Soweto is very poor, it's not like that, and they don't play that. They help each other out. And as a matter of fact, there's these tires in Soweto. Yeah, I said tires. It's a poor neighborhood. So the people in the community kind of govern themselves. So what they'll do is, if they catch you over there robbing somebody or trying to hurt somebody in Soweto, they'll burn you alive. Yes, they will burn you alive. And I'm going to insert the tires that I'm talking about, where I can show you where they will burn you alive for coming in their community trying to hurt someone. And they'll even do it to each other. They just don't believe that poor people should be hurting poor people. And that's something that I thought was so beautiful. Not the burning people alive, but the fact that you can be poor and you're not hurting each other. Everybody shares everything in the community. And so a lot of people in Soweto are unemployed. So they do what you call piecework, which means somebody might have like a mechanic job one day. The next day, the neighbor might be babysitting or doing something, and they share everything that they have in the community in that area. And I was so impressed with that going to Soweto. And my tour guide, he was actually from there. So he took us like in the trenches where they were like living real, like, you know, below the poverty level. And they were some of the happiest people that you'll ever meet. They really were. They were so friendly. And very rarely do you hear about them fighting amongst themselves in Soweto. They just don't do that. They believe that, you know, we're already doing bad. We need to like treat each other well. I've been going to a different country every month this year. But this month in June, I'm going to take a break. I'm not going to go anywhere. And then I'm going to resume my travels in the month of July. And I think it'll be pretty cool too, because my birthday is in July. My birthday is July 15th. I'm a Cancer. Shout out to all the Cancers out there. I've been trying to think of places to go, like countries to go to in July. I was thinking about Italy or Brazil. Those are two places that I've really been wanting to go to. We shall see. Y'all, I just have to get king crabs next time. This is just entirely too much work. What I'm gonna do right now, you all, is I'm going to insert some clips from my trip to South Africa, okay? I'll be right back. Wow, it's a lot of traffic. Hey, what's up everyone? So this is day 3 here in Johannesburg. I am about to go to a game reserve outside of Johannesburg. And what I'm gonna do there is I'm going to go on a safari. So yeah, that's what we're doing today.
I need 5. Alright, I need 4 people. I need 5. Are you guys going as a group? Just after you pass Still boy.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah, there's a big boy. Beautiful. Okay, let's see other ones there on front.
Elephants. So cool. Oh yes, get to see them up close. More time?
Okay, so now this one over here, it will be the house of Nelson Mandela. This is where he would have stayed up until his death in 2013. So the house today, it's actually empty. It's just the caretaker that's looking after the house at the moment. So this is where the old man would have stayed, right over here. So if you look here on the plants, you'll see there are some messages. So when it's his birthday or birth month, people will come here to write messages. We wish you were here, we miss you, because of the, you know, more than a human being, a person that he was. You know, Nelson Mandela for us, he was more than a human being, because if you think about it, spending 27 years of your time in jail and being released and preaching about peace takes more than a human being, because we both know, between me and you, we would have went that way. We would have went for revenge. That's how us people of today, we are not that forgiving. If I'm 30 minutes late for your pickup, you're gonna give me a bad review, get me fired and all of that. But he's a man who spent 27 years of his life in jail, and he was still able to say forgiveness. So he came here in 1990, shortly after staying 11 days in Soweto, because there was some safety concerns with him staying in Soweto. And then he stayed here.
So y'all, we just stopped and got out the van. We are in Soweto.
People problem really. So with regards to the goat, you will not find any goat meat sold at any restaurant or shop in South Africa, because we use it for our traditional customs. For example,
Hello everyone.
Hello.
My name is Byron. I am one of the members of the. This is where we are able to purchase all our cosmetics as well as groceries. However, if we need them in large quantities, we use a cab into a shopping center. That's where we're able to get our retail outlets, including clothing shops.
So what kind of items do they sell in here?
They sell only, you know, in small quantities. You know, you can get food here, all groceries, all sort of groceries.
Oh, okay.
You can have a closer look.
Okay.
So this is how it looks like.
Oh, okay.
So they have everything.
What's he cooking?
That's ox liver. Wow. Yes. Pork ox liver. Yes.
So have you lived here your whole life, Byron?
Yes.
Yes.
I was born and raised in this community.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. People living in this community, they have one of those. That's a chimney pipe stove. You either use coal or firewood.
So as far as bathing, you just take the water from the
Water,
there?
the water tap.
Oh.
And we have another tap over there, you see?
So
you
do
don't
the
to
houses
go
have bathtubs, or how do you bathe?
We use this oval bath tax.
Oh, this right here is a bathtub.
Yes.
Oh, okay. This brown bucket right here is a bathtub, you all. Wow. And so these would be bathtubs as well?
Yes. Those are also bath tax.
Well, thank you so much for showing us around. I really appreciate it.
Yeah,
I really appreciate it.
Thank you for visiting us.
Yes. So you all, I'm at the Sandton City Mall. As you can see, that is Nelson Mandela behind me. I just bought my mom this amazing African hat. I bought it from an African store called Sun Goddess, and this is the same store that made Angela Bassett's hat and Wakanda Forever, and also Beyonce's hat. in The Lion King, you all. So this is my last day here in Johannesburg, and right now I'm about to walk back to my hotel. It's been an amazing experience. I'm gonna be sad that I'm leaving. Anyway, it's time for me to go back to my hotel now. So you all, that is my hotel right there that I'm about to go back to if I can figure out how to cross the street properly. Yo. You all, this is the outside of my hotel. I'm at the pool area, as you can see. There's a pool over there. So you all, this is the view from my hotel room. I am in the middle of Sandton, which is the new financial district of Johannesburg. Right across from me is the Sandton City Mall. That's right over there. Yeah. Until the next video, love on your friends, your family members, and remain safe. And with that being said, I'm out.